guys. Hi, Karen. Hello. Welcome. I'm going to wait a minute for other people to join. Hi, Katiuska. How are you? It's good to see you guys here. All right. So I'm going to just give it like a couple seconds for more people to join. I'm also on Facebook Live. I hope I'm doing that right because I've never done that one before. But in any case, I am recording this, so I will post it on our YouTube channel later, and it'll be available in our stories for a little while in case anybody misses it. How are you guys doing? Thumbs up if you're doing well. We miss you. Poppet Project is here. Hi, Poppet Project. All right, well, I guess I'll get started. So I'm going to introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. I'm Marlo. I'm one of the founders. Hi, Katiuska. Hi, Elliot. I'm one of the founders of Stop and Play, along with my business partner, Karen. And so we opened Stop and Play just at the beginning of this year. In January was our official grand opening party, celebration. We had a great turnout, met lots of great new families. Yes, we are getting ready to reopen. So today I'm going to be going over our reopening plan. Karen and I, along with our director Claudia, have been working really hard, along with our staff of wonderful play facilitators, hatching out a plan to reopen safely and for everyone to be healthy, and also joyful, right, and stress-free, because the transition back to work and back to childcare for everyone, you know, it's going to be a jolt maybe. It'll be a little different than what we've been used to in the last couple of months. So we're working on a plan. We've done some trainings with the Department of Children and Families, because we are a DCF licensed facility here in the state of Florida. We've worked with them. We've worked with the CDC guidelines and recommendations, and we've also worked with a licensed mental health counselor, Evelyn Mendel of Hatch and Bloom, to create a plan that's not only physically safe and healthy, but also emotionally and developmentally safe and healthy, because we are educators and we're here to support the kids in all the different respects. Okay, so like I said, I'm Marlo Planis. I'm one of the founders of Stop and Play. Stop and Play is an hourly on-demand child care service. We're the first of our kind here in South Florida. We're fully licensed by DCF, as I mentioned. We are a team of 8, and fortunately we've been able to keep all of our team intact through all of this, and they will be joining us when we reopen. So today I'm going to go over the date that we're going to be opening, and also our new temporary hours of operation. It's going to be a little bit different than what we've done in the past, just at the beginning while everyone's getting back into the swing of things. And then I'll go over the DCF and CDC guidelines and regulations, and then I'm going to tell you how we're responding to the DCF and CDC guidelines and regulations, and how we plan on going above and beyond what we're required to do to make everybody feel safe and comfortable coming back. So I'll go over some environmental features that we've implemented to make our place even healthier than before. And also the new drop-off and pickup procedures are going to be slightly different. Also the classroom structure, the ratio, how many play facilitators to children, our cleaning routines, our daily routines, our camp, because summer camp is coming up. Hi Facebook, hi Rachel and Vinny. I'm just saying hi to everyone. My daughter just jumped on. Hi Indy. Hi everyone. So I'll go over the cleaning, and the camp reservations and the package hours, because we do have quite a few members, and so I'll tell our members what they'll be able to expect when they return as well, using their packages. We also have some reduced rates and specials. I'm going to tell you about that at the end. And then at the very end, I'll take your questions. So hang in there. It's going to be a little lengthy, but like I said, I'm also on Facebook Live, I'm on Instagram Live, and I'm recording this right now so I can post it on our YouTube channel after this is finished. Okay, so first and foremost, our opening date. We are reopening on Monday, a week from today, May 18th. Yay! We're back in action. So all this week, our staff will be in. We are going to be working out all the details of anything, setting up all the different environmental features that I'm going to tell you about. It's really exciting. So I'll tell you about everything. So May 18th, Monday, we're opening. Okay, our new temporary hours. We're going to start off opening only Monday through Friday. We used to be open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. We're going to change that a little bit just right now for the time being as we get back. We're going to phase the extra hours in slowly. We're going to be opening from 8:30 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. So right now we're not doing Saturdays and we're not doing evenings and we're also not doing our parents' night out. Just for the time being, we're hoping to be able to phase that in as we go. Okay, so we are also going to be open for birthday parties, outdoor birthday parties, and also outdoor private play dates on Sundays. So we are allowing small groups of 10 people or less to rent out our outdoor space. We have our playgrounds, we have our mud kitchen, we have a huge outdoors with a capacity of like 93 people. We have our little bounce house back there. So families and friends will be able to gather in groups of 10 or less, renting out our space on Sundays. So we do have that available as well as our Monday through Friday child care hours. Okay, so I'm going to go over our DCF and our CDC regulations right now, what the CDC and DCF have required us to do, and then I'm going to tell you how we're going above and beyond those recommendations. So DCF, the Department of Children and Families, and the CDC are requiring that we have groups of 10 or less. 10 or less meaning children and adults altogether. So 10 or less is the recommendation from the CDC and DCF. They're also requiring us, of course, to do extra hand washing, extra sanitizing more frequently than usual. They are urging everyone to enforce the zero symptoms policy, which is something that we've always had. So we'll be monitoring, of course, the children and the parents as they come in for symptoms, and I'll tell you more in detail about that. They also are requiring everyone to have an isolation area for children who may develop symptoms when they're already in our care. That's something we already had, an isolation area, and then we call the parents right away to pick up their kids immediately. Cleaning and disinfecting the environment more frequently than usual is something that the CDC and DCF, of course, have required us to do. And our inspections will be conducted as usual. So there's no interruption in the state inspections because we are a state licensed facility. And as I always do, I urge you, when you're looking for a place to drop off your children, make sure that they are licensed by the state of Florida, especially in this moment, right, always, but in this moment, because that means that they're getting inspected on a regular basis to make sure that they're following all the rules and all the safety protocol. So that's it for the DCF and the CDC requirements. So now I'm going to tell you how we are going above and beyond what they're requiring us to do. We will have an outdoor hand washing station being installed this week. So in our front parking lot, you're going to see a sink with soap and paper towels set up. So everyone that comes in the building, staff, parents, children, must wash their hands before they enter the facility. So that's the first thing. And then we're also going to be monitoring temperatures with a touch-free infrared thermometer. So you'll see that. And I'll tell you about our drop-off procedure and how that's all going to look, like what to expect when you come in. But I'll just tell you about what we're doing to go above and beyond the CDC and the DCF guidelines. So the outdoor hand washing station, the touch-free infrared thermometer to do temperature checks at the door. We'll also have everyone sign a questionnaire, staff and parents, a questionnaire affirming that no one in the household has been in contact with anyone who has tested positive, they themselves have not tested positive, and that they have not traveled to any hotspots in the last 30 days, and that they're not exhibiting any symptoms in the last 30 days. So everyone will sign that affirmation and agree to that, and then if anything should change, they need to notify us immediately. We are also very, very closely following the number of local cases. By local, I mean the Aventura numbers, Sunny Isles, North Miami Beach, all the surrounding communities. We're watching very closely the new number of cases every single day in this area, so that we know, like in our immediate surroundings, what's happening. We're up to date with what's going on locally. Okay, we also, I'm so excited about this, we just installed UV light air sanitizers. So we have 3 total right now inside of the facility. So this circulates the air, and the UV light actually kills 99.9% of airborne bacteria and viruses. So we have this feature that we just put in this week, UV light air sanitizers in our space. We also have HVAC central AC filters, and they're given, oh, Christine has those at home. They're awesome, right? I love them. I'm getting them for my house. Thank you, Rachel, on Facebook. She likes the sanitizers. We also put in air filters that are HVAC with a rating, a MERV rating of 14. That's like the highest rating, and that means that they can trap particles that carry viruses and bacteria. So that's going in our central AC system, and that gets, of course, cleaned out very frequently as well. We also will have hourly hand washing and wiping down surfaces and toys. So again, in a minute, I'm going to tell you guys about the daily routine and how we're going to implement these things. One of our concerns, which is why we met with the licensed mental health counselor from Hatch and Bloom, was how we can implement these new things without being a big interruption or like making the kids uncomfortable, because of course as educators we're very, very focused on their emotional and developmental, like cognitive development and all that, and we don't want to scare them, we don't want to give them anxiety, we don't want to trigger, you know, any kinds of like negative feelings. So we want to implement all these changes in the least restrictive, most positive way that we can. So I'm going to tell you guys about how we're going to implement hourly hand washing in just a minute. Okay, we also will have 2 small groups to begin with. We're only going to start with 2 groups, so our capacity is going to be very, very limited right now for the time being. The small groups will consist of 4 children and 1 play facilitator at the moment. So 4 kids, 1 adult, small groups, like, I mean, that's like almost like having your own private nanny, almost just like being at home. Very small groups to begin with. And then over time, of course, we will phase in larger groups. Like I mentioned earlier, the CDC and DCF are saying 10 or less in a group. So really we could have 8 children with 2 play facilitators in a group. But right now we're just starting with 4 kids and 1 adult in each group. So at the moment, we only have capacity for 8 children at a time. We are going to get lots and lots of outside time. The DCF and CDC are saying 2 outdoor play periods per day. We are striving for 4 outdoor play periods per day, which is something we've always done. We believe in outdoor play and, you know, unstructured play outside and in the grass and the dirt and everything. And so, weather permitting, we'll have 4 outside play periods. And like I said earlier, our outdoor capacity is for 93 people. So if we only have 1 group of 4 kids and 1 adult outside, you can imagine there's plenty of space for everyone to spread out and get plenty of fresh air and sunshine. We also just purchased a new tent, so there's extra shade in our backyard, a new water feature for outside we'll have out there, and so 4 play periods outside per day is what we're striving for. Of course, our 0 symptoms policy is something that we've always done. Our isolation area for kids who develop symptoms while they're in our care, and then of course we call their caregivers immediately to come pick them up. We will have a separate entrance and exit, So when you drop off, you'll come in through our front door, and when you exit, you'll come in through our computer room door up the wheelchair ramp, and you'll knock on that door. We can see who's out there, and we'll let you in through there to pick up your kids, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. In addition to the hourly cleanings that we're going to be doing, at the end of the day, we're going to do a deep clean with hospital grade disinfectant and sanitizer. And we're also going to be airing out the space, opening windows and doors, airing it out at the end of each day after we do this hospital grade disinfecting and cleaning. Today, actually, we just had our deep disinfecting with all the hospital grade products with the cleaning crew. We did that today. Our staff is going to wear masks for the purposes of diapering, for feeding the children, and for holding the children. Remember, some of them are very small children. They do need physical contact. They do need to be held. We cannot deprive them of these things. So our staff, when they are in close proximity with the kids, they will be wearing a mask, like I said, for diapering, feeding, and holding. And I don't know if you noticed, but the CDC and DCF do not actually require child care facilities to utilize masks. And they do encourage us to continue feeding the children and, of course, diapering the children and holding the children for their emotional development as well. So, but because it was so important to you guys when we surveyed you, our staff will wear masks for those activities. When we're not in close proximity with the kids, for example, we're reading a story, or doing a circle time, or we're introducing an activity to the kids where we're not so close to them, we're going to have those transparent face shields, where the staff will wear those. The purpose for that is for the children to be able to see our faces, to see our expressions, to see when we're smiling, to see the way that our mouths move when we're speaking, and this is all really important for verbal development in young children. And also, I don't know if you've noticed, but when you're wearing those masks, it's like hard to understand when someone is speaking. So when we're not in close proximity, when we're reading a story, we're going to have the transparent face shields for the kids to see our faces. As always, we're a shoe-free facility. Everyone takes off their shoes, including our staff when they come in. We have, as always, our beautiful natural cork floor, which is naturally antimicrobial, and no one's wearing shoes inside to keep the germs at bay. And most of our toys are also made of wood. I don't know if you know this, but wooden toys and wooden furniture harbor less bacteria and yucky germs than plastic. The second a plastic toy gets scratched, everything lives in that little tiny scratch. So the things that we do have that are plastic, of course, are going to be soaked in our bleach solution at the end of the night and cleaned, and the things that are wood will all be wiped down and disinfected hourly, and again, hospital grade at the end of the day. Okay, so our routine. What can you expect at drop-off? It's going to be a little bit different than what you've experienced in the past, at least temporarily, until we see what's happening and get further notice from the different agencies. So like I said, we'll have a hand washing station in the front parking lot. So when you arrive, you'll see a sink with soap and paper towels. Everybody will wash their hands before they come in, and then we're only allowing one adult per family inside of our lobby, and maximum 2 families in the lobby at a time. So 2 parents from 2 different families are allowed. Everybody else should wait outside. You can wait in your car, or you can wait at the door. You can wash your hands while you're waiting, and we'll let you in. So we ask that everyone is patient. If there's someone ahead of you, we'll let you in shortly. Just wash your hands. Also, be ready for an efficient, confident, positive transition when you drop off your kids. We want the drop-offs to, just be a couple minutes as quickly as we can, because there may be other people waiting outside, and also just to ease the transition for the children, right? One of the things that we spoke about with the licensed mental health counselor, Evelyn from Hatch and Bloom, was that, always, but especially in this moment, kids are picking up how to respond from us. They observe us, and they get their cues from us. So if they see that we're unsure, we're not confident, we're very nervous, we're very anxious, they're going to pick up on that, and they're going to mirror that. So we want to make sure that as we're walking in the door, we're prepared to have a confident, positive goodbye. Okay? So as you're outside, maybe that's the time to like say your goodbyes and give all the hugs and do all those things before you come in. So when it is your turn to come into our lobby, temperatures will be taken. Like I said, our touch-free infrared thermometer will take the kid's temperature, we'll log that. 100 degrees or above will be turned away. And we're also going to be observing closely for physical symptoms and also behavioral symptoms of illness. And we do reserve the right to turn people away who are exhibiting those symptoms as well. Then you'll notice that the cubbies that were once on our side of the reception desk will now be on your side of the reception desk. So you'll get a basket from the cubby, your kids will remove their shoes, and you'll put the shoes and all their belongings in the cubbies, any food that needs to be refrigerated, make sure everything, of course, has a label, first and last name. You'll give your refrigerated items to our staff, and you'll put the name on the cubby, and so it's like a DIY. You'll do it yourself, and then the kids will sanitize their hands because they've already washed them outside, and then they're free to go and play. Parents, like I said earlier, you'll sign an affirmation that you have not been tested positive in the last 30 days. No one in your household has tested positive in the last 30 days. You've not been in contact with anyone who's tested positive in the last 30 days. You've not exhibited symptoms, and you have not traveled to any hot spots in the last 30 days. So you'll sign that. If anything changes, of course, you're required to inform us immediately. Okay, so parents, if you need to use our restroom, you can use the restroom that's outside at the end of our wheelchair ramp. That's the restroom that's available to parents. The co-working space is closed for the time being, so we don't know when we're going to be opening that again, but for now it's closed. We ask that parents do not linger. Like I said before, we want to make sure that drop-offs are as efficient as possible and last no more than 5 minutes, especially if people are waiting to come in. Okay. Make sure that your medical records are up to date. Claudia sends out an email every month letting you know if your vaccination, the blue and yellow forms are about to expire, and also, the physical is about to expire. So make sure those are up to date. And if it's your first visit at Stop and Play, we really, really ask that you go on our website before your first visit and you fill out all the registration forms. So there's a tab on our site that says registration. Click there. There are 2 steps. There's our registration, the state track one, and then there's the state required documentation. And then it also tells you which medical forms we require. We need these things done before you come for your first visit so that we're not spending a lot of time filling out forms and all of that. If you have questions, of course, email us or call us and we'll be able to help you over the phone or through email. Okay. Also, tours for the time being in person will not be given. We do have a tour video on our YouTube channel. If you want to see our space, please feel free to go on our YouTube channel and see our facility there. Or I may be doing like virtual tours shortly, and you can tour our facility that way. What to expect at pickup. The pickup location is going to be different than the drop-off location. It's going to be at the side door where the wheelchair ramp is. Again, 1 parent per family. 2 parents max from 2 different families, right, can wait in the computer room for their children, and our staff will bring your children and all of their belongings to you in that side. Okay. And then our daily routine. So our routine is going to be a little different, but like I said, we want to keep things as normal and fluid as possible for the sake of the children, so there's not a lot of confusion or disruption to what they're already used to when they come to Stop and Play. Like I said, we'll have 2 groups, 4 children in each group, 1 staff per group. For now, we may phase in larger groups as we go. We have 4 areas that will be in use by the children for now. We have our big kids room, we have our main playroom, we have our art room, and we have our outdoor space. 4 spaces, 2 groups. So each group will have a schedule. They'll spend 1 hour in a particular area, playing, doing an activity, a structured activity, a game, or free play. At the end of that hour, they'll go wash their hands. We have the 2 bathrooms indoors, so one group will go to one bathroom, the other group will go to the other one. Judith, I'm going to answer questions at the end, okay? So hold on to that thought and then ask me when I'm all done. Thank you. Okay, so at the end of every hour, the groups will transition to the bathroom, everyone will wash their hands, and then they will go to another area that has not previously been in use. So, for example, if one group starts out in the big kids room, at the end of the hour, they'll wash their hands and they'll transition to, let's say, the art room, because the other group was using the main playroom. So they'll go to a room that was not just in use. Does that make sense? And then the rooms that were just in use will get cleaned, sanitized at the end of that hour. So every hour, someone's going through, wiping down, disinfecting, and cleaning. And no room will be in use for 2 consecutive hours. Okay. So then snacks and meals, of course, bring your snacks and your meals with you. Nut-free is our rule. And they'll take place in the same room, in the art room, and also outside. We just purchased another outdoor tent, so if the weather's great, we can have one group eating outside and one group eating in the art room. If the weather's not so great, one of the groups can eat either in our lounge area or in the room with all the desks, like the computer room. So we have different areas, we're flexible on that, but the 2 groups will be eating in separate areas. And again, staff will be wearing masks and gloves for feeding times. Okay, so now we're coming up on summer. So normally what we do is we open up a camp. So we're going to do that. We're going to start our camp structure beginning Monday the 18th, which is when we're opening. And actually reservations are open now on our website. The way we're structuring it is we're going to have a morning session and an afternoon session. We have a morning session from 8:30 to 1, and then we have our afternoon session from 1 to 5:30. Our last drop-off is 4 p.m., by the way. So you can either reserve a morning session or an afternoon session beginning May 18th. So you can do that now if you want. Like I said, we only have capacity for 8 children at the moment. We expect those 8 spots to fill up pretty quickly. The camp sessions are $40 each. So it's 4.5 hours in the morning or 4.5 hours in the afternoon, $40 each, or you can double book. So you can have both sessions if you need a full day, if you need to work or whatever you have to do. So you can book morning and afternoon. But I recommend that you do it quickly if you already know the days that you need, because like I said, it's only 8 spaces available at the moment. If you are a member and you have a package of hours, first I just want to point out that our $40 sessions come out to like $8.88 an hour. So that's an even better rate than you're getting with your packages, but I know some families don't want to stay the full 4.5 hours. Maybe they only want to stay 2 hours or 3 hours, so it makes more sense to use your package of hours. That's fine. Just call us or email us right away, info@thestopandplay.com, and you can tell us the days and the times that you're going to be dropping off. So it's not going to be as flexible, I guess, where it's not like drop off unless we have a space, but you'll let us know in advance when you need to drop off, and then we'll put you in for that time. If there's a no-show, we will have to deduct those hours from your packages, from your prepaid packages, if that makes sense. And unfortunately, it's just the way it has to be right now, given our very limited capacity. So if you know when you need childcare, make your reservation either by prepaying on our website or by emailing us if you're a member, or giving us a call if you're a member to use your packages. Okay? That. And then hopefully, like I said, we'll phase in larger groups and we'll have more capacity, and then we'll have more flexible drop-in as we always have. Okay. The other, I'm getting to the end. I'm almost done. Okay, package specials. Judith asked, packages available? Yes, we do. We have some specials available. We recognize that a lot of families have encountered, furloughs and layoffs and are in a different financial situation now than they were a few months ago. So we do have, with proof of furlough or layoff, we have 10% off of any of our packages. We also have a 10% off of our packages for first responders, military, medical professionals, and like food service employees. So if you have proof of any of those things, you can get 10% off of our packages of hours. For our members, we have 15% off of any package of ours. So let's say you already have a package, now's the time maybe to like get another package, right? And get one at a little bit of a discounted price. And of course, those hours never expire. You'll always have those hours of childcare at your disposal when you need them. And as our capacity opens up, again, we'll hopefully transition back to the more flexible drop-in times, and also Saturdays and parents' night out. We also have our summer giveaway. You know, we like to do a giveaway every season. We gave away gift certificates to the Salt Spa and in the fall, and then in the spring we gave away Miami Squeeze, or in the winter we gave away Miami Squeeze gift certificates. This summer giveaway, we're going to be giving, for the first 5 people who purchase the package of ours, are going to get a $50 gift card to Red Market Salon. Very fancy salon. $50 gift card for the first 5 people to buy a package of ours. And then the only other thing I should add is that our membership rate for new members is going to now be $100 for the year for the first child. And that membership gets you access to the packages of ours. It also gets you discounts on the parents' night out, which we hope to bring back hopefully by the end of the summer, and other perks as well. So that's all I've got. I can take some questions if you guys have questions. And again, this will be posted to our YouTube channel. I'm recording this. Does anybody have any questions for me? I'm so glad you guys joined me today. I see lots of familiar faces. Hi, Sharon. All right, well, if nobody has any questions for me, I don't see any questions, then I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for joining me. This is gonna be available in our stories for a whole day, and then it'll be on our YouTube channel as well. So you can go back and re-watch it. And again, we're opening Monday, May 18th. That's a week from today. Lots and lots of information I just gave you guys about our environmental features and our packages and our drop-off routine. And also, I forgot to mention that we will have a wonderful summer curriculum for the kids. Lots of outdoor water play. Yay, Silvano's gonna join us soon. Great, it's good to hear. And we also have a great curriculum. It's themed. We have like a mermaid week and dragons and knights week, and we have some really beautiful, wonderful themes, activities, games, art projects for the kids planned out this summer. All right, guys, thank you. Bye-bye.